I'm Dana Scully. I've been assigned to work with you.
When did you become a fan of the X-Files?
Day one.
I've been an X-Files since the first minute.
I didn't ever really have a choice in becoming an X-Files fan. It was kind of forced upon me at birth. My mother's a diehard fan, so I guess the second I came out of the womb, I was an X-Files fan.
I'm now 39 years old. I found that show when I was 16.
I only became a fan in the past 2 years. I think The X-Files is the best TV show that's ever been on TV.
Well, I've been with the show since 1993, since the beginning, and I've not even missed one episode.
I have been and always will be an X-Files fan, from beginning to end. Coming home from a hard day at work, X-Files was a bright light in my day.
Hi, I'm Christy, I'm 40-something, and I started watching The X-Files at the beginning.
I'm Sarah, I'm 20-something, and I saw The X-Files when I was very small, and I've loved it ever since.
My name's Sam, and I'm 15, and they showed it to me last year.
And we are cousins.
Yes.
And that's my dog, Diego. He also loves The X-Files.
I remember watching my first X-Files episode when I was 12 years old.
I've only became a fan for about 2 years ago, I think now. When they aired season 10, and I just thought it was so good. And then I had to get all the season, which I did, of course, and the 2 movies.
My name is Isadora. I'm from Brazil. I'm 35 years old, and I've been a fan of the X-Files since I was 13.
I started watching old school X-Files from the time it first premiered back in 1993. Back then, it just made my Friday nights good.
I literally grew up with the X-Files. I was 12 years old in 1993, and I've been a fan ever since, so it's made me who I am today.
I've been a fan of the X-Files since I was 10 years old. It's been almost 20 years now.
I fell in love with the show when the pilot aired on September 5th, 1994, here in Germany. I loved the atmosphere and the way Mulder and Scully talked to each other when they first met, the way they looked at each other and their smiles, the entrance of Scully, and the spooky theme song.
I have been an X-Files since I was, I think since the first season. It was whenever I saw an episode with Deep Throat in it, and I was like drawn in, and my dad got really into it too, and so we would watch it together all the time, and it became like a family thing.
I was 14 when I began. I hope to continue it till I hit 84, surrounded by husband, cousins and pals.
It started before I was born, and that's always a bit of a shock. So it feels like even though I've only been in it for 3 years, it's always been there. And that's just kind of comforting.
I can't tell you exactly why I fell in love with the show, because I was just 8 or 9 the first time I watched it. But I can tell you what it means to me, and it's always been a safe place, somewhere I can go if I'm feeling a bit down or if I just want to have some time.
I feel like The X-Files has been in my life for as long as I can remember. I know I have not been a fan as long as some people, being that the show was released the year I was born.
My mum introduced me to The X-Files after she caught an episode on late night TV and thought I'd like it. I was about 8 or 9 years old, and today I barely remember life before the show. I have no idea what the first episode I saw was anymore. The early seasons all blur together into my childhood memories. By the time I went to secondary school at 11, I was utterly obsessed. My first day photo shows me in my room with a poster of Mulder and Scully on the wall. The show is woven so deeply into my formative years that it would be impossible to extract it.
I've been a big fan of The X-Files since it was first broadcast, and what I love most about the series is it's not just about aliens and conspiracy theories, but it's also about loyalty, trust and respect.
The gravity of the X-Files fandom was beyond comprehension. Tough to put in words. You have to feel it in order to understand it.
I became a fan not until the 5th season. I was working in corporate America and I didn't have time to watch, but I asked my nephew if he wanted to come and stay with me for a while, and he said, only if I can watch X-Files, and you won't make me turn off the television or do anything else. And so I said, well, okay, I'll watch it with you. And I started watching, and I started watching, and then I started watching, and then watching. And pretty soon I found out, first time on the internet, I found out how to chat. I asked a search engine, show me X-Files chat rooms, and 25,000 rooms came up. So I started on Haven for the FBI's Most Unwanted. And there I met a person who was posting, and I started communicating with him. We have remained friends since, when was it? 1997? We have been through the deaths of our parents. We've been through hurricanes. We've been through every conceivable thing. And we celebrate birthdays with one another and Christmases with one another. He's met my husband, I've met his wife. We are nothing except X-Files friends, and I would be much less rich without that person. So thank you, X-Files.
In the 90s, in my city, there was a local branch of the National Fan Club of the X-Files, and they used to do meetings, I think was once a month, where we would watch some episodes and discuss the mythology of the series, and it was really nice, and I made some friends there, and I really miss those days. I think that making new friends is one of the greatest things that the X-Files can bring to our lives.
We were watching the show since the beginning, and it was our first couple show.
And we loved the show so much that when we got married in 1999, we even incorporated the X-Files into it. This is our cake topper from our wedding cake, and recently we were lucky enough to be able to get David and Jillian to sign it for us, so it's very special.
This show has helped me foster so many friendships and literally saved my life. I've met almost all of the main cast, but by far my favorite has been Mitch Pileggi. I'm really glad that this silly show ended up becoming something that really changed me for the better as a person.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Wendy.
We are coworkers and friends.
Together we have watched a combined total of over 836 hours.
That's 50,175 minutes.
For 3,010,500 seconds of The X-Files.
We have seen every episode at least twice.
Including the movies.
Fans since season 1. So in 1993, I was only 10 years old.
And I was not.
Besides each other, some of our favorite friends include Daryl Moots,
Eugene Tomes,
The Great Mutado,
Maurice and Lida,
Lanny,
Queequeg,
and Guy Man.
People at work get tired of hearing about our Mulder and Scully.
Just can't help it.
Should we be picking out China patterns or what?
Maybe in time for season 12.
Without the X-Files, I probably wouldn't have met some of my closest friends. The X-Files brought us together, and we meet as often as we can. I am so thankful for meeting these beautiful people through a phenomenal TV show.
The reason why the X-Files is so important to me, it's because it's given me a lot of happiness throughout the years, it's given me a lot of friendships throughout the years, and it's given me hope and courage to believe not only in life out there, but to believe in myself. It also recently rekindled my love of writing. So I found out through the show that I could channel my anxiety into words and just let things flow and make me feel better because of it. The show was always there for me as a comfort whenever I needed comfort, and some characters, especially Monica Reyes, have made my life better.
Through the X-Files, I've found my best friends. We've grown to be a big family through all these years. I can't imagine my life without these people anymore.
This scary part was basically my favorite moments. Before X-Files, I ever saw a suite of horror movies. I would like to understand how that could be happening, and I became a fan because there is an analogy between how did you do that and the storyline.
The X-Files has played a huge part of my life for the last 25 years. Since then, I can't stop creating some amazing pieces and amazing artworks. The truth is out there, guys. Never stop believing.
They were perfect for each other! Print my fan fiction!
Release the X-Files!
I was just about to record my video for the X-Files 25, and I love it. It's my favorite show. There's so much I could say about it. But then I heard something outside, and like Mulder and Scully, I need to go investigate. It could be Bigfoot. I don't know. Let's go look. You guys, alien. Caught on film. Come on in! This is unbelievable. Right in the middle of my X-Files 25th anniversary video. You want some snacks? Will you watch the show? Will you watch some X-Files with me? Yes. My new favorite best friend. Happy 25th, X-Files.
The X-Files made me realize what I wanted to be when I grew up. I was 13 years old when I was watching the show back in Argentina. Now I live in Miami. And the way I felt watching it, it was the emotions, made me understand that I wanted to do the same for someone else. And that's how I realized I wanted to work in the film industry, making films. And now I work as a camera assistant in film productions, commercials, and the like. And it was all thanks to the X-Files that made me realize what my true calling was.
Mulder and Scully are complex, compelling, and flawed characters. They're also identifiable characters. They frequently embody what it means to be human. I think that's what makes the show so wonderful to watch, and why so many people love Mulder and Scully. Not only do we like to see them interact with each other, but we like them as people. The X-Files was my very first venture into following any kind of television series, and because of this show, I have been able to embrace my creative side. I've made friends, and acquaintances, and memories, and yes, I have benefited from the Scully effect. So really, at the end of the day, I owe a big thank you to the creators, writers, and actors of this terrific show. And of course, thank you to Mulder and Scully.